This video was brought to you by my university, because their exams made me feel so sad that I had to do something apart from playing Fortnite. Every player at one point of their adventure with Fortnite asked themselves, but how hard is it actually to win a game from a mathematical point of view? Or actually maybe no one does that, but well, whatever. Of course you could have done easy mathematical counting and say that our chance to win a game is exactly 100th. So basically we would win around one game every 100 games we play. But in this scenario we miss all the factors that have a big impact on every game. So let's take it to another level. But wait, is it even possible to calculate it? Well, it is not possible. We can't possibly calculate human brain way of thinking. Different variations of players, every game, bush campers, billions and billions different moves you can make in Fortnite. There's also lag factor. This is not possible, but we can try to calculate it to some extent. I decided to create an algorithm that will calculate the number for us. I used Java to program this algorithm, and now we have to explain some features that covers our program and how exactly does it work. Then we'll calculate our win chance. To start off, our program will calculate games with 99 players. Why like that? Because the chance of getting 100 players in the game is nearly impossible. By that I mean all 100 players land and fight. There is always some disconnects, early game falls from heights, etc, etc. So let's stay with 99 players to begin with. Then we group players into 4 skill groups. Group 0, 1, 2 and 3. Lower number is the lower skill level. As I stated earlier, there are different variations of players every game, and we can't just store them and say players from this group is equally skilled, even though they are not equally skilled and they shine and suck in different aspects of the game. We still can possibly group players, but make their specific skills level different, even in the same group. Players from group 0 are totally new players with no experience. We could count players who are AFK in this as well, since their skill level is close to newbies. Players from group 1 are new players that played a bit and gathered some experience. They are still newbies, but they might get something from the game. And those are mostly bush campers as well. Players from group 2 are good players with a good time of practice. They are average between good and bad. They win games, maybe not every game, but they do from time to time. Players from group 3 are almost pro players. They basically win games on daily basis and are able to make some nutty buildings and snipes every game. After choosing skill group, we have more detailed skills inside: shooting, building, movement, thinking and position skills. All calculations are taking place on numbers, of course. To be exact, on randomly generated numbers. Every skill has its own range of numbers, the higher the better. Shooting has range between 0 and 20. Building has range between 0 and 25. Movement has range between 0 and 20. Thinking has range between 0 and 15, and position has range between 0 and 10. Every group gets a different range to work with, and since the higher number is better, the better group gets a smaller range. For example, group 3 gets shooting range from 10 to 20 instead of 0 to 20, because I felt like they won't shoot on total newbie level. So when they fight with someone from a lower group, they has a higher chance to get bigger number than their opponent. I did quite a lot of tests to get it accurate with different ranges on numbers, etc. I won't be showing everything in this video, because it would take too long. Important thing to know is that the algorithm doesn't have progress future, which means even if a player on skill level 0 plays 10,000 games, he won't get any better. That's why some results might be ridiculous. That's nothing surprising though, because if we have a player with human brain and he goes to play Fortnite, he's newbie, but he learns every game. If he loses, he'll learn, and he gets better and better. Our player from my program will be a newbie for every game to calculate a chance of winning for total newbie. And the same goes with every other group. Pro from my algorithm will play like pro every game. When algorithm starts, it sets 99 players, which will randomly fight each other in no specific order, which means player will meet each other in a random order and will fight. So running away is not included. If player loses, he gets removed from the game. If there is a draw, both players change their range and fight again. Program will play as many games as needed for our player to win a game. Fights are based on average skill level of a player. Basically, before every fight, player gets a new random number for every skill he has. Then we sum up his numbers and divide them by 5, which is the number of skills to get average skill level. If player finish up with higher skill level, he wins. Now, as I explained everything, let's run the program for every group. The calculations will be made in this way. I will assign our player to every group. Firstly, to group 3, which is pro group. Then run the program until player wins 100 games. Then we will get on average how many games did player had to play until he won his game. This will be our chance for a player to win a game in Fortnite Battle Royale. Let's check this out, boys! So the first calculations will be made for our player assigned to group skill number 3. Let's see the output of that boy. Basically, we got every game he won and after how many games he got the victory royale. As you can see, there are different outputs. Sometimes it was 72 games, sometimes it was 3, sometimes it was 1 game. Actually, it's quite normal in Fortnite that it happens in different outputs. Of course, it's not perfect calculations. They are made mostly for myself, for fun, and for you guys. But here we have, after winning 100 matches on average, player wins every 18th game. It's for a pro player we have here. Of course, it's not a player like Ninja or something, because it would be hard to calculate those. But here we get average of really good player. We can run it again, and this time it was 15, so it changes, but it's around 15. So basically for pro player it would be around 1/15, so every 15 game he should win 1 game, around this number. Okay, let's try for skill group number 2, so average players. It took them a bit more to win those games, as you know they're worse, but they still won those games, 100 games, and on average it happened every 103rd game, which means it's not too good. Let's run it again. Right, this time it was 89, so it changes because it's actually pretty random, but it will be always around 100 games. So if you are in group number 2, you should win around 1 game every 100 game without progress, of course, so you wouldn't learn. You progress, so we win more. So we would have to probably divide those numbers, but it would be just a wild guess. So we will stay with this one. If you think you're group 2, there is the answer. Let's go to group number 1. Bad players, new players with little experience. Okay. Well, it might take a while. It might actually take a while because we haven't included here bush camping and camping at all, which means they would have to fight 1v1 every better player they have to. So it means just it won't be a good number, but from my way of thinking this will be quite accurate number because we have here fights all over, so he has to fight everyone to win the game, which means it obviously it is pretty hard if he has to fight pro players 1v1 and not one. It might be 2, 3, 4 players. You never know, because he might get 7 kills, 8 kills, depends. But basically this is quite accurate for like new player who would just go and fight everyone. Normally he would learn and get better and actually win much more. Here we don't have learning system, we don't have a progress system, so we just have to wait for the results to see the truth. I might skip it and come back to you with the result, because as you can see it takes a while, but I guess it's almost there. Okay, here we are back, boys, and after winning 100 matches on average, player wins every 7,562 game, which means it's pretty freaking low number. Like, imagine, I don't know if anyone played that many matches, to be honest. Probably yeah, but like, holy cow. But it seems like you're dumb. It's not like that. Well, of course it's not exactly like that. We can't copy the exact result of the game, but imagine a new player who just learned how to shoot and maybe how to build stairs, and imagine him fighting every good player, like every player, those good players, and not running away, not hiding. Like, he has to fight, and this is quite actually not surprising result for me. And yeah, it seems ridiculous, and it is not perfect. As I said, it's made for fun, it's made for you guys, for your fun. But if you are group skill number 1 and you just like don't be sad, you will get there, but because you have a progress, not like my algorithm. Okay, I think we should run 0, which I don't know if it will even execute, to be honest. Let's try this out. Oh my god, he won the first game. After 14,161 games, we have the first victory royale for player with no skill. 68,500 games. Oh my god. Okay, I mean, I might just, I think we will stop here, because as you can see there are chances. We can see kind of how they look like, and they're pretty shitty. And it would go to like, unless the player will avoid the fights, because actually avoiding a fight is kind of included, because fights are random, so you might find a last opponent. So if we want player 0 to win with no skill, totally new player, AFK, I don't know, he would have to like just be lucky, avoid every fight, fight the last guy who was as lucky as him, so fight the same guy level and beat him, or play the pro. And I don't know what the fuck would have to happen. Probably he would have to just strike him in his back. I don't know. But I will not run this for 100 games. It's way too much. You can see kind of the answer. I would say average is like 50,000th game every. I will stop here and now sum up everything we did. So to sum up, guys, if you consider yourself as a player from group number 0, so you're a totally new player with no experience, or you're about to start playing, your chance to win the next game you hop into is around 0,002%. To be exact, you might win 1 in 50,000 games. If you are a player from group 1, new player with some experience already, your chance to win the next game you play is around 0,01322401481%. To be exact, you might win 1 in 7,562 games. If you are a player from group 2, average player with some skills, your chance to win the next game you play is around 1,12359550562%. To be exact, you might win 1 in 89 games. If you are a player from group 3, almost pro player with awesome skills, your chance to win the next game you play is around 6%. To be exact, you might win 1 in 15 games. Those are our final results, boys. Try to assign yourself to one of those groups and see it for yourself. I wanted to thank you all for watching this video. It was a pleasure for me to make this video. It was actually quite fun and I learned a lot during this process. Also, please remember that those calculations are not close to being perfect and were made for entertainment. I still hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, boys. I might do more of those with different types of calculations in Fortnite Battle Royale. Oh, and also make sure to visit my Twitch channel where I try to stream every single day. Leave that follow, boys, and I see you in the next video. Bye.